In this video, we're going to share with you our 5 tips on how to not kill each other while you're on holiday. Welcome back to the Drake Conversation. I'm Isaiah Drake.
And I'm Christy Drake.
And today we're going to share with you our tips from our experiences on how to not get on each other's nerves and enjoy the holiday together.
Yeah, traveling together as a couple can be wonderful, but it can also have its tension. So these are our tips for you guys to help you have a great experience traveling as a couple.
Let's get straight into it.
Tip 1 is to agree to have personal time. So this is just agreeing to time separated from each other during the holiday, while on holiday. So whether that is just literally in different rooms doing different activities, or it could even be like, I love to sleep in, so Isaiah's spending that time by himself going exploring or doing something else. So it's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where in the morning I might be playing a game on my phone, or I'll go out for a walk while Christy's still sleeping in, as you say. Or other times you'll be reading, I'll be watching television or something, just refreshing ourselves.
Yeah, that time alone just really gives us a time to reset, to not have to worry about the other person, just really focusing on ourselves and what we need. And it just means that when you get back together to do all your crazy adventures or activities or whatever you're doing, that you're ready to go and ready to connect with the other person really well.
Our second tip is to be open with your communication about your finances. It's a really important topic, especially when you're traveling. How much money you're going to be spending out, how much money you're going to be spending individually, whatever you're doing with your finances. We really recommend, and we do it ourselves, just having that conversation about how much you will spend.
Yeah.
It can be a sticking point sometimes if you haven't had that conversation.
Yeah, for sure. We know even just taking travel out of it, that finances can be a really difficult conversation to have and a really point of tension between couples. So we just encourage you to have a really honest conversation about how much you're going to spend and how much you actually have to spend as well, so that both of you know, both of you are aware of it, and both of you are in agreement as to how much you're actually going to be spending.
And super specifically, like what we do is we'll plan what nights or lunches we're going out to have lunch, and already set ourselves that limit before we've even been on the holiday. We've sorted everything out before we go, which really helps.
Yeah, which leads into tip 3, talk about the expectations that you each have for your trip. We start this conversation before we actually go on the trip. It's all in our planning, and we'll have this conversation multiple times during the planning session. Literally just us sitting down and saying, why are we actually going on holiday? What's the purpose of this? If I was going on holiday and really just needing a rest and needing a break, whereas Isaiah was keen to do lots of exploring and lots of activities, you can see that there would be a point in tension there. Yep. So as much communication about our expectations as possible just means that we can both do that, and it's definitely possible, but it's not going to be a point of argument once we get there. We both are aware that the other person is going to be doing something slightly different.
100%.
Yeah,
you took the words right out of my mouth when you said one of those things. Having that expectation, like if I know that you need a rest day or that you're wanting to do something specific, knowing that before the holiday is really good, because when you get to the holiday, you're not suddenly wondering why you're not wanting to come out with me, to do something. I already know that she needs that rest day. She wants to do that specific thing.
Also, we suggest to keep having this conversation as your holiday progresses, because we could start that holiday both having lots of energy ready to go, and then get halfway and one of us just doesn't want to do a particular activity or wakes up feeling sick or whatever the case may be. So what we will do is every evening before the next day, we'll talk about what we were actually planning on doing that next day. And that's the point where we bring up any concerns or any changes of plan, and that way we've got plenty of time to change the plan if we want. But it's just literally just open communication.
And it's not a super structured conversation. It's just while you're having dinner, well, whatever you're doing that night, just having a quick chat about the next day, which is super good.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe for all of our future tips and our upcoming videos. We've got so many cool ideas that we're ready to share with you. So click the button.
Stay tuned for our last 2 tips.
So that actually leads us into our 4th tip, which is to leave room for spontaneity, for those unexpected things that may come up. If you are sick, you're not going to be able to go to that thing that you planned the next day, or if you're both waking up tired, you might not feel like going and enjoying the theme park or whatever you're doing that day. So what we'll do is we plan into our holiday break days, like days where we don't have anything planned, which really helps just give us that time to breathe between the events. And it doesn't mean that you can't go do something on that day. If you're feeling ready to go and do something, you can, but it also means that if you're just needing that extra day to rest, you can also do that, not worrying that you've spent money on an event that you don't feel like going to.
Yeah, and there are so many unexpected things that can happen when you're traveling, all from the weather to things getting stolen to getting sick. So not holding super tightly onto whatever your plans were is important. To have some of that flexibility around unexpected events just helps with your relationship in those moments.
Our final tip, tip 5, is to continue your planned dates with your partner. So Christy and I, we will have our planned date nights every week, and we will continue that even during our holidays. Yes, we're together for the entire holiday, but it's really nice just to have that continued special night, that special thing, whatever it is for you, that you can go and have a nice dinner out or do whatever it is you like on your date night.
Yeah, holidays are filled with travel plans and making sure you're getting to places on time and planning things, and so it's just nice to prioritize a time when you're not actually doing any of those things. You're not worried about it, you're not talking about it, it's literally just a meal or an activity where you're just reconnecting with the other person.
Yeah, just recently when we went on our Christmas holiday, we went out with family, so we stayed with family for Christmas, and we were with them the whole time, we were with each other the whole time, but then when it got to our allocated date night, we made sure that we went off by ourselves and had a nice time out at a local restaurant.
Yeah, it was just really nice to reconnect after being around family so much. We were really focused on being with family that week, so it was nice just to be together again.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to our 5 travel tips for couples. Let us know in the comments below what your top tip is for staying connected as a couple while traveling.
See you next time.
Bye.